Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here to give you your daily tarot reading for Thursday, April 7th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you, as always, this is general for the day for all 12 signs. So just take what resonates. And as well as I'm using my hands a lot, thank you in advance for your likes, comments, and subscriptions if you haven't done so already. But more importantly, the overall message I channeled for this upcoming Thursday: wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment. So let's begin by pulling an overall focus for the day from the spellcasting oracle deck. And then, interesting, did not mean for that to happen. There were two flipped up: spirit guide and fertility. I didn't even realize that. As well, I just showed you blessings. That felt quite relevant and accurate for this day. So let's see here for this upcoming Thursday. What is the overall focus? Clarity and willpower and talent. They're saying as if you didn't get enough clarity in the previous day. But, so yeah, there's a focus on the clarity you either received, putting it to use, or getting ready to. Gaining more of just that, potentially. But being pushed to have the willpower to keep moving forward, to recognize you have the ability to manifest your wishes, right? To fulfill your needs all the meanwhile, your wants on top of it all. But a push to recognize that you have an immense amount of talent. I feel like people are noticing you for your career talents, right? Even talents outside of that, potentially. Wondering what other talents you have up your sleeve. But seeing oneself thinking about a level of travel throughout this day, wanting more out of life is what they're saying. Okay, let's put these back. Actually, we'll keep that one, and we'll pull one for each quarter, rather a layered spread, I'm so sorry, from the Gilded deck for Thursday to continue. They're saying a wish of yours will be fulfilled. It's not exactly how they said it, but that should keep you moving forward. That's the ultimate goal, in a sense. All right, there's slightly serious, but I feel like there's a happy, content vibe about this day. Okay, so I was going to pull a layered spread, but we got one for each quarter. It happens the way it happens. There could be a reminder of how things in your life are feeling kind of back and forth, or it could be more of a tug-of-war situation, potentially. Interesting. Or it could just feel like you're pushed to recognize how things are going to feel more consistent moving forward, even if you don't aspire for that. That all felt quite random, but we're beginning the day in the spread with the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the day wakes up. Interesting. You wake up or get ready to conquer your day, and you find yourself charging towards a level of clarity, towards a new motive of yours, or just to accomplish what you need to. Feeling a bit guarded, right? It could have a lot to do with certain reminders or flashbacks from the past, or dreams potentially. You could just feel like you have a lot to accomplish, or just expecting the upcoming weeks to be really busy. With the Eight of Wands coming out, it's as if you're just trying to catch your breath, as you do have a lot on your plate. It's a fast-moving beginning to the day, or the speed of which starts off a little slow, and then you expect and manifest, or just know it's going to pick up pace pretty quickly before the end of this first quarter. Seeing oneself having to do a lot of communication. It feels like if you're not doing a lot of communicating yourself, a lot of people are responding to your work, right? Having to do with your career, seeing you shine in a lot of ways and wanting to commend you and maybe even criticize you to a certain extent. That could have something to do with why you're feeling a bit guarded, but feeling as if you could be potentially communicating in one way, and in another way people are reaching out to you. Does that make sense? Just allow for yourself to simplify this first quarter, as I feel like you do have a lot going on, and you're being communicated clearly by spirit all the meanwhile. Okay, it could feel a bit overwhelming, But I feel like in the midst of all of which, your wish fulfillment could definitely tie into your career, your money making in one way, shape, or form. You're talented, so don't forget that. The Three of Wands to make your way to the second quarter. And so you get ready to wrap up the first half of the day, and you're feeling motivated, expecting this wish fulfillment to come in. It's as if you may have gotten a reminder or a hint, a taste of that wish fulfillment or that success in the first quarter. But you know this ship is coming in, this wish fulfillment is about to transpire. And you're just saying, okay, well, when is it happening throughout this day? They're showing me somebody with their hand on the table, getting a little bit impatient or just waiting, anticipating, if you will. Let's clarify this one. King of Swords, being reminded how wise and how experienced you are at this point along your path and how much you have to offer, and therefore utilizing that experience and wisdom to gather up or just muster up that willpower to keep pushing forward, to expect the best all the meanwhile. Another reason, I guess kind of the same thing to an extent, but that's part of why this wish fulfillment's coming through for oneself. Okay, let's pull another one. It's to make up for past disappointment, I feel the need to say as well. We've all dealt with it, right? With the Three of Wands, you can't help but think about the past once again. This wish fulfillment might give you sort of a deja vu or a very reminiscent vibe, and just you can't help but see how far you've come. Purposeful, okay? Just allow yourself to embrace the back and forth of where your mind is heading and where it's visiting, if you will. I need to have patience. I pulled a lot for the second quarter, so it feels like if there isn't a lot taking place in your external reality, there definitely could be at this point in the day, but there's a lot taking place in one's mind when it comes to your spiritual connection, if you will. And it just feels like you're planning in your alone time or just getting ready to guide the way for oneself towards a bigger and better life, a happier one, okay? It feels like there potentially could be a lack of sunshine throughout this day for one reason or another. And I don't mean happiness. I feel like your vibe is pretty damn good. I feel like weather-wise for a lot of you drawn to this reading, there could be a lack of sun, okay? But with the Temperance and the Six of Wands coming out, it's a second quarter where you're put in the spotlight. You're seeing people noticing you for your career, for your talent, for the efforts you've been putting forth. You need to have patience in the midst of that attention, okay? As you're pushed to take a deep breath, there's a need to have an immense amount of patience and balance implemented when it comes to that wish fulfillment. It's happening in the second half of the day, okay? Some of you, you're getting a small wish fulfillment, right? Within, will feel more like a stepping stone. You wanted it once upon a time, whether it's more success within your career, your business, you name it, your job. It could have to do with a specific somebody, but it feels very career oriented. And therefore it reminds you that everything's adding up, right? It's leading you to where you want. So it will help you to get to where you want to go, because you begin the second half of the day and they're reminding you it's all out of respect for, it's all for the goal of this passionate fresh start. And I feel as if you just are starting the second half of the day feeling very fiery, very passionate, ready to accomplish whatever you set your mind, your heart, and your soul towards. It feels like you could be accomplishing more work and gaining more clarity potentially. But I do see the end of the day being very relaxing for one reason or another, even if you're working. Everybody's schedule is different. But yeah, you're putting in the work and seeing, excuse me, a push to clarify one's wants and needs for, interesting, for moving forward. But I was going to say, before they just spoke through me, to clear your voice, a push to clear your voice, to get it out there, to keep working, to keep doing what you're doing. If you're getting your voice out there, it's okay to reevaluate how you're doing so, or just, and how powerful it is, how effective it's been, or just to keep that going if you feel there's no tweaking needed at this time. I just feel as if you're pushed to recognize that you are a bit overworked, right? But it's all leading you to a lot of success. a wish fulfillment, if you will. And again, this one wish fulfillment that's taking place, they're saying most likely in the third quarter, is going to give you a taste of what lies ahead. The lengths you'll go, the heights you'll reach, okay? But try not to overthink it or minimalize it in one's mind, all right? Desiring more, making yourself a little bit nervous potentially and just wanting to go so far, potentially a promise from the universe to an extent for some of you. They're saying, I know that was, that's relevant for me. But anyways, I just feel as if you're pushed to recognize that you're a star in the making and you will go far, but take this wish fulfillment, the success for what it is, and embrace it. Let it make you happy, fulfilled, and content, and therefore gaining that willpower, bringing it back, and moving forward with the utmost confidence that you'll do what you need to get to where you want to. Reminding oneself, or being reminded by Spirit in the universe, your world is in your hand, as small as it seems at times. Interesting, as I did that. We're finishing up the day with the High Priestess, all right? So it's a light and airy, very spiritually connected ending to this day. Remember I was saying it's going to be a bit relaxing? Excuse me. Probably not as relaxing as one would expect, but there is a angelic vibe about it where you need to push oneself to just chillax, just do what you can to feel less stressed, as there is an underlying focus on it. It just feels like it was a very intense day up until this point. And you could be thinking about your Ten of Pentacles lifestyle, your achievements, and where you want to go once again. All right, it's good that you're thinking about it. Don't stress it, okay? That isn't going to help you manifest all the meanwhile. Some of which, thinking about a completion you wish to manifest, you feel is inevitable, and therefore you'll be 10 times happier. But I do feel like there is a feeling of each of us feeling a little bit better about our finances, our career, or just one of which, right? And feeling as if you're just, it's like this angelic happiness as well that comes over you at a certain point, more towards the end of this fourth quarter. They're saying right before you fall asleep, if that's when you decide to, they're saying shut the lights off. But I just feel as if you're reminded your world, your universe is in your hands. So don't fret and just allow yourself to finish up this day on a very simplistic, happy, fulfilling note. Because it is a day where, once again, you're getting one small wish fulfillment or multiple small ones. And you're allowing oneself to remember that you have a lot to reach, to desire, to accomplish in the near future. A lot more wish fulfillments to look forward to, okay? So I hope this was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing Thursday, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye.